Well, for once, it's good news. The last 24 hours have been one of the best we've seen for XRP in the last few weeks, breaking back above $2.25 and certainly looking like it wants to push even higher. Even Bitcoin declining at the back end of the day, but XRP holding strong. So what's going on? Why is XRP on the move? And well, let's face it, how big are these ETFs starting to play out? Sneak peek. They're turning out to be pretty good, as we expected here on the channel. So let's talk about ETFs. Let's talk about upcoming ETFs and the integration of tokenization and why XRP and these ETFs are all very bullish news when it comes to the future of this token. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for all your daily content on XRP. Let's get into it. So it absolutely is no surprise that XRP is starting to push. Take a look at the chart. XRP looking fantastic, bouncing off that lower range at 191. Exactly as we've been talking about now over the last few weeks. So what's going on and why is XRP pushing so hard? Well, we got two new ETF listings in Grayscale and Franklin Templeton. Now, the XRP ETFs were pretty good on their own, but it was what was said specifically about XRP that got me pretty excited about what could be coming. Franklin Templeton saying this: blockchain innovation is driving fast-growing businesses. A digital asset token like XRP serves as a powerful incentive mechanism that helps bootstrap decentralized networks and align stakeholder interest. Roger Baystone there, he's the head of digital assets, FTI Global. He also said, within a diversified digital portfolio, we view XRP as a foundational building block, and this provides regulated custody, daily transparency, and liquidity without the operational complexity of holding the token directly. The fact that they believe XRP, a quote, foundational building block, is pretty bullish. They're essentially saying XRP will be at the core of everything digital building out. And then, well, we all know exactly what that means when it comes to things like tokenization, when it comes to stablecoin builds, credit card, carbon credits, supply chain tracking, everything else. It absolutely is going to start with XRP. Now, we also got some significant movement of XRP as well. 30 million XRP, about $67 million on a move from Upbit into an unknown wallet. Is this a whale purchase, or is this further build out for XRP ETFs? Take a look at this. This is giving us an exact view of what's going on. The important metrics, $100 million into XRP spot ETFs over the course of the last 24 hours. That is a great move. And actually, when you take a look at some of the spot markets and how they look, you can see there Bitwise with around $37 million, and actually is a growing number, followed by Franklin Templeton looking pretty bullish there at 23.72 million. So these are starting to build, and the more importantly here, they're actually starting to increase their volume as these go through. So we could easily be seeing 200, 300, maybe even $1 billion in spot ETF volume in less than 10 days. And that's why there's even some more ETFs are coming down the line. 5 more spot altcoin ETFs to list in the next 6 days from Dogecoin, more XRP ones, as well as a Chainlink trust as well. This is all going to be pretty bullish for the macro market, but certainly when you look at that, there is at least 3 XRP ETFs that are coming. And why is this important? Well, the growth of blockchain real estate is certainly positioning itself, especially when you talk about XRP, tokenization, RWA. It's all starting to form part of a pretty interesting narrative. So you ask yourself, hold on a minute, Tubit, why are the ETFs going to be important when you're talking tokenization? The reality is they are going to work hand in hand. You're going to be able to use tokenization and the ETFs to leverage positions on real estate, tokenizing the potential collateralization of real estate as well as the ETFs as well. So this is actually a pretty big deal. Crypto analyst Ledgerman recently sparked renewed debate about blockchain-powered real estate systems and how they could potentially drive XRP's price and value. This is a pretty good news, and this is why everyone's allowing themselves to think, is 2017 playing out the same as what 2025 is going to do now? We saw 2017 here looking pretty similar to what 2025 did. The only thing we're missing, the parabolic move at the back end of the markets, and that could be exactly what's being loaded right now. As we see institutional demand, as we thought, skyrocket into these ETFs, more companies coming online, and well, more capital flowing into these markets, this could all start to be a pretty bullish setup. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself and take a 24-hour narrative and say that we're absolutely going to the freaking moon, but when you have XRP outperforming the wider crypto market and catalysts that we all said was going to be big, well, you've got to have a shred of optimism as to exactly where this token is going to go. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you're bullish on XRP, drop an XRP in the chat. Let's see how many are out there. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.